Hello people, what's up? Today's problem is triangle classification. This problem I just now faced when I was solving sums from January lunchtime 2016, and it was an awesome competition. The level was a little bit high, but this is a simple problem, triangle classification. Now let's go on to it, and of course the link of the problem is in the description. You can always look at the problem and then come back and watch the video itself. Now in this problem, as you might have read it, what you have to do is just find and classify the triangles, whether the triangle is an obtuse angle triangle or a right angle triangle or a acute angle triangle, or you just have to notice whether the triangle is isosceles triangle or a scalene triangle. Of course you might be knowing its meaning. Isosceles is a triangle with two sides equal, and scalene is a triangle with all the three sides of different lengths. Now how to solve this problem, let's have a look. So in the beginning you will be given the points of the coordinates itself. Let's take an example A, B, C. It's x1, y1, it's x2, y2, x3, y3. This is the input that the user gives us, and now all that we have to do is just these are the 3 points of the triangle. We have to just find out whether the triangle and classify it. Now let me tell you what the solution of this problem is. The main thing that we have to do is use distance formula. Like as the points are given, we can always find out the length of each and every side by using distance formula. So the length of AB would be root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So now in this case what we have to do is just find the distance of all the sides, and for the and once we get the distance, then we can easily identify whether the triangle is scalene or isosceles triangle. So this is how the first part will be covered, and for the second part we also have to classify the triangle on the basis of the angles which are there in the triangle. So then just to specify whether the given triangle is right angle triangle or an obtuse angle triangle or an acute angle triangle, what we have to do is just find out a square, b square and c square. Now what this a square is, b square, c square, this a square is the length of any side, like ab square we can consider as a square. What is b square? B square is bc square, and this c square is ac square. Now once we find out the squares of the lengths of each and every side, then what we have to do is just use a simple formula. Once we find out a square, b square and c square, now just we have to do is consider a square and b square as the smaller sides and c square is the bigger side. Then if a square plus b square is equal to c square, then it is surely a right angle triangle, as you all might know this because you went to high school and you know what a Pythagoras theorem is. Now the other fact is, if a square plus b square is less than c square, then this indicates that our triangle is a obtuse angle triangle, as it contains one angle which is a obtuse angle. This thing is derived from cosine rule which is there in trigonometry. So do learn that rule and you will get it how this thing came. And the other fact is, if it's not a right angle and it's not a obtuse angle triangle, then surely it's an acute angle triangle. So this was the main logic of this sum, but just keep this fact in your mind. This a square and b squares are the squares of the length of the sides which are smaller, and this c square is the bigger side. So that's why we compare a square plus b square is equal to c square. If this is true, then it's a right angle triangle, and if a square plus b square is less than c square, then it's an obtuse angle triangle. So this was the logic for this sum. It was pretty easy. All you have to do is just use distance formula and then just use these conditions to denote whether the triangle is a right angle triangle or an obtuse angle triangle or an acute angle triangle. Thanks guys again for watching the video. Keep coding.